No, the last time I checked, he had a Chile from Guinea-Bissau. The coup was there, and out of fear, former President Goodluck Jonathan, I saw him in one video. I'm Goodluck Igbili Jonathan. He probably scared. He identified himself to everybody, and so they can't have me. It was not easy. But Senator, good morning, man. It's good to always have you. How are you, man?
Clarence, always a pleasure. Good morning. Good morning to you and your entire team here at OKFM.
Yeah. How far is Bombi said? They can't meeting. I'm really fine. Oh, Bombi, they beat them again.
Don't worry, we're doing okay. we're doing okay. Every season can be a season.
I know. The last time I checked, we'll go to Bombi to talk, but you dedicated the basketball court, and was it at your home or for what? For the community, for the school, or in your yard? What was that?
So as you're aware, Clarence, the government of Liberia appropriate money for legislators for projects. So what we did in our case, the 2 times we've been given such, and we did a basketball multi-purpose court at the CH2 High School. CH2 is the oldest and most popular high school in Bomi County. So we did a multi-purpose court there for them, volleyball, basketball, and can wear sneakers and do free time ball. Did a post for that also. At the CH2. So that was not at my residence, it was at the CH2 high school.
Did you say that?
Yes, I have one at my residence where I play basketball.
Private.
I have that both on my farm and at home.
You have the high, but what are you ready to play that one? I know. Maybe not just for SSR purpose.
Well, you gotta keep fit, my man.
Ali, your man, President, I've seen him do a lot of shoot. He can try. He can play basketball.
President is a legend, so that one, you can take it from him. You can take that for him.
Yeah, but that was good. How is everything? When did you come back to the country after that ECOWAS long section?
Well, I got back on Friday last week, so tomorrow will be 1 week since I got back home. I actually ran back home to attend a funeral. One of mine. This year has been very challenging for me. A lot. Even on Sunday, one of my very, very good friends, Lesan Basma, maybe you don't know him. He owns Africa Motors. Very good friend of mine, passed in Lebanon. Relatives, friends, supporters. It has been a very challenging year for me. So I came on Friday to attend the funeral in Tottenham, and I've been here since.
Okay, that's okay. Now let's talk about the ECOWAS Parliament. You had a very long deliberation, almost 2 weeks. I just want you to, pull out a few very important things that you discussed for the region, for the continent, that you think will benefit us. At one point, I heard about reduction in ticket fare for some flights, and somebody was attributing it to the decision of the ECOWAS Commission, the ECOWAS Parliament, all these things. What are some of the things you really talk about?
Well, since you talk about ticket fare, let me just talk. The cost of travel in our region is very exorbitant. Liberia has. If you bought a ticket between Monrovia, Accra, Monrovia, and you bought a ticket Accra, Dubai, Accra, the Accra, Dubai, Accra ticket is cheaper than the Accra, Monrovia, Accra. And,
you can be you joking.
No, I'm serious. You can ask anybody. And Accra, Dubai is almost 8 hours flight on Emirates. 8 hours flight.
Yeah, Ghana, 1
1
hour,
hour. Thank you. So we've come to realize that one of the cause of that is that the charges, the taxes at our different airports and the taxes on tickets in our region is very expensive. So ECOWAS, the thanks to the authorities of head of states and government of ECOWAS, have decided that all ECOWAS member states should cut down, I think, by 25% or taxes on airfares, ticket, the different airport charges, to the airlines and all that kind of aircraft and all of that. So that should start January 1st. It's our hope that once that starts, we'll be able to reduce the cost of tickets so that our people will be able to travel, especially our market women. This holiday season, market women go all over the region trying to get goods, into the different commerce, in our region. So I think that's a laudable decision by the authorities, the head of state and government. The other issue that was being discussed, as you know, the ECOWAS budget is referred to the parliament to render opinion on it. So the budget was before the parliament. There's a guy that worked for Liberia, assigned to ECOWAS, the ECOWAS desk officer at the Ministry of Finance, one Benedict Roberts. He's not much heard. Maybe you should. That's somebody.
He's not heard about.
Yeah, you should invite him one of these days, Clarence. I don't know why Ebola.
Benedict Roberts.
Yeah, Benedict
I will
Roberts.
find him.
Yeah, I was saying his number.
Yeah.
So when we had Ebola, there was a guy called Eric Sawyer. I think it was a Patrick Sawyer.
Yeah, Patrick Sawyer, the very bright guy.
Yeah, I think one of the first victims.
Yeah.
Okay, and then Patrick was replaced by Ben Roberts
Okay.
as the ECOWAS desk officer at the Ministry of Finance, and he has been there since. But this guy has become a walking encyclopedia of the workings of ECOWAS. Most time we don't. Most times I tell people that, like you, Clarence, you on the radio, everybody know the word Clarence, Julius. But there are people backstage that make your job successful.
Exactly.
And if they're not here, you have an issue, So Ben Rabel is one of those guys that, you ask Minister Gafuan, he will tell you about Ben Rabel. If you ask Minister Cyril Beslow, she will tell you about Ben Rabel. If you ask Samuel Tue, he'll tell you about Ben Rabel. If you ask Maxwell Kemia, he'll tell you about Ben Rabel. If you ask Amara Kone, he'll tell you about Ben Rabel. You ask Manjon Kamara, he'll tell you. So I'm just naming the different ministers of foreign affairs and finance. And this guy, we call the AFC, the Admin and Finance Committee of ECOWAS. So he sits on the AFC. So what they did, once the budget of ECOWAS is passed, it goes to the parliament for render its opinion. Parliament reviews the budget, render opinion. And consistently, one of the persons that have accompanied the budget, because they only need 3 persons that will go before the parliament. In ECOWAS, parliament is ECOWAS in the reverse. So you go and justify here, but even the parliament has to go to the AFC to defend the budget. So Ben Roberts is one of those persons that have always accompanied the budget to the parliament for deliberation on this referral. Then also at the ECOWAS Commission, and thanks to Minister Sarah Beslow and her team, Abi Nyan and others, Liberia had an excellent performance at the ECOWAS Commission during this statutory meeting. You may be aware that Liberia got 2 slots coming up next year in ECOWAS. Liberia will be heading the Commissioner for Agriculture, Economic Affairs and Agriculture, and Liberia will have a seat at the ECOWAS Court of Justice.
Really?
Yes. So Liberia
we need to submit a judge.
Yes, we have to submit. Normally you send 3 persons.
I know one time it was Wilkins Ryan.
Yes. He even became vice president of the court. He did an excellent job there. And then there was some, I don't know what happened, but then he was recalled from there, replaced or something like that. It was quite unfortunate for Liberia. But Liberia now will have a seat beginning next year. We have a seat at the ECOWAS Court of Justice. That's a 4-year tenure. Then also Minister Beslow. That's somebody, I'm a member of the opposition, but let's call a spade a spade. This is one minister that has done extremely well for this country. She was also, the matter of fact, Guinea-Bissau should have become the next president of the ECOWAS Commission. It's rotational every 4 years. When Guinea-Bissau was suspended, the next country to occupy that position was Liberia. So Mr. Beslow and her team made the case for Liberia there. Unfortunately, we are still tackled with this community levy. We are not paying our levy. It is important for us to encourage.
One time you were boasting here that Liberia
then we slowed down again. Then we slowed down again.
You were boasting here that we pay.
We slowed down again, and we owe a lot of money. So I hope we could catch up.
Because of that, we lost a slot?
We lost a slot.
Really?
Yeah, but now a caveat that once we pay,
we'll get
in 2030, the next time, after 4 years, it will go to Liberia.
Senator talking about 2030.
Every 4 years. No. It's gone to Senegal already.
We lost it already.
But we got 2 very strategic posts. economics and agriculture, very as part of the arrest agenda, of course. So Liberia got those, and then at the court. So it's very big for Liberia. I mean, big and appreciative. Senegal got that slot. Also, we're able to formally sign the headquarters agreement to bring the ECOWAS Youth Center to Liberia.
It's coming here.
Yeah, it's coming here. It's official.
It'll
It's
be
coming
constructed?
Here now. No. So the government, in the headquarters agreement, the government have to provide the structure. Okay. Yeah, and then ECOWAS will do everything. The host country, yeah, that's in the headquarters agreement. So you have to provide the office and all that stuff. So I think what the government is trying to do now, just to get the different ECOWAS, the special rep, the office of the special rep, the youth center, just get one building, just put them in an active discussion have been going on. We've been working with the Ministry of Youth and Sports, GSA, Foreign Affairs, the ECOWAS parliamentarians and all that. So we've been making some progress on that. So that document has been formally signed. Then during the 26th celebration, the government honored some past leaders of ECOWAS. Some of them were not present during the program, so Minister Besto formally presented those awards to ECOWAS through the foreign ministers. Then at the ECOWAS parliament directly, the issue of Guinea-Bissau was key on our agenda. Guinea-Bissau, there was a lot of concern from Guinea-Bissau. As a matter of fact, we had a session, a complete day session just on Guinea-Bissau, talking about the issues in Guinea-Bissau, the elections. We all agreed that the election was free, it was fair, and the outcome of the election, just a few hours before the pronouncement of the official result of the election, there was quote-unquote military coup. At the ECOWAS Parliament, we believe that it was not a coup. As a matter of fact, just yesterday, the European Parliament has buttressed the decision of the ECOWAS Parliament, or the deliberation from the ECOWAS Parliament, that indeed what happened in Bissau was stage managed. And we have too many reasons to believe that it was stage managed. So the election was called, it was believed, and I can say that now with so much surety, that the ruling party was about to have been defeated, and then they staged a coup. Because why am I saying that? For example, you announce a coup, but the president who announced the coup in Guinea-Bissau was the Ulster president. So he was the one who announced the coup to the world. He granted interviews. He told everybody that he was being overthrown. And then a few days later, just as they had a coup, the military arrested all of the opposition leaders. The main opposition candidate, the one who was alleged to have won the election, or believed to have won the election, rather, was arrested. Opposition members of parliament were arrested, but none of the ruling party members were arrested. Then the finance minister of the President Mbalo was now appointed. The finance minister was also his campaign manager in the election. He was now appointed as a prime minister by the military. Up to the time that President Malabio and others visited Sierra Leone, Mr. Mbalo's official portrait as president was still in all of public buildings in Guinea-Bissau. And a day after the coup, the military escorted him to the airport, got a private jet, escorted him with his personal belongings, and flew him out of Guinea-Bissau, but they arrested all of the opposition. As a matter of fact, Nigeria had to grant asylum to De Castro, the man who was believed to have won the election. So it's believed that the coup in Guinea-Bissau was stage managed. It's been confirmed now that a few days ago, again, I think on Saturday, a private jet flew into Guinea-Bissau to get Mr. Mbalo remaining things. It was escorted by the military, put his things on the plane, took it, and when they got to Portugal...
After he's been ousted?
Thank you. So that's why we know it was in a coup. When he got to Portugal, the plane was arrested. The wife had gone in, and on her, already the Portuguese police have announced they arrested her over $5.9 million US, jewelry, diamonds, and other things. So if you say somebody was overthrown, then the military giving escort to make sure all your things go.
Is it true that he banned a lot of opposition, including the main opposition?
The matter of fact, that was the main thing. So what he did, Domingo, there's a main guy who was also member or Speaker of the Parliament. Mm-hmm. You know, Mr. Mbalo dissolved the Parliament 2 times in Guinea-Bissau, so he was running on the decree with all Parliament. And it was believed that the most popular opposition leader was Domingo. Domingo, as a matter of fact, is still in prison by the military.
He's in prison.
The military overthrew, but they arrested only the opposition. All the opposition people were arrested. Nobody from the ruling party were arrested. All right? So he banned the main opposition. What happened was the guy, Domingo, was to present his party credentials by, let's say, the 30th of October. He presented it on the 25th of October. And then the election commission said they didn't have sufficient time to review the documents, so they disqualified.
Even though they were presented on time.
5 days before, but they said they didn't have sufficient time. They just on that ground.
And they say he just picked somebody's hand.
So one of the guys, the same thing happened in
Senegal.
No, same thing happened in Senegal.
Senegal.
Also Gambia.
Yeah.
You know, when Yaya Jammeh banned Dabo from running, UDC presidential candidate Dabo.
They took Adama Barrow.
They just took Adama Barrow. The matter, everybody in the party were afraid of Yaya Jammeh. So Adama Barrow was the treasurer of the party. They just said, man, you go and stand there. They take part in the election. And then Adama Barrow won the election. You know, so the same thing happened in Guinea-Bissau. They suppressed the opposition, and then last minute the opposition decided, okay, send a ban our party will endorse Mr. Da Costa, and then he went, of course, and won the election.
And Da Costa is just a common guy. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, but he's smart. He's a lawyer. He's a young lawyer. All of that, but very simple and all of that. So then the other issue. So Guinea-Bissau. Right now, yesterday, the European Parliament came up with a very strong resolution.
I think I got a resolution here from the European Parliament.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But why is...
The other issue, before we change, the other issue that was strongly debated there was Benin. You know, there was an important coup in Benin. A coup failed in Benin, but we have major issues in Benin. Benin also having the same problem. They have banned all the main oppositions from taking part in the elections. They've changed the election law less than 6 months to the election. They did not go for referendum. It was just on parliamentary order. The president is not running for a second time, but now they have created a Senate. So they didn't have a Senate there before. Now they have a Senate, and the outgoing president will be the president of the Senate, and the Senate will have supreme powers
over the president.
And the Senate is lifetime. You know, so it's
the Senate is lifetime.
Yeah, so we're having a lot of complications in the region, and I hope that, and thank God for Liberia. On a very serious note, Liberia will come here, like I said, in the ECOWAS Parliament.
Yeah, I heard that Julius reported that you spoke highly about Liberia's democracy.
I think our democracy is picking up. I mean, you can open the read. There are no political prisoners. I'm an opposition. I go, I say what I want to say. The government come out, they bring all the army people, go Ali there, and the rest of them come, they attack me. They go to information ministry, they attack me. But nobody arresting anybody, nobody in jail. So everybody trying to protect their space in our democracy. Unlike other countries where people are banning people are arresting people are being harmed. So I hope that people will follow our steps. Yes, our may not be the best. I won't say it's the best, but it's better than most.
I will ask you two questions. One, and then one about the ECOWAS Parliament. Then we'll come to the Liberian Senate. Why is Umbalo so personal about you? Julius reported that he went as far as calling some of the members of parliament there while you people were in search and lodge your complaint. In fact, he picked up his telephone, called former president. We are to call you to back off. I mean, does he see your intervention as Edwin Snow, senator, or did he know that you were representing ECOWAS Parliament?
So Clarence, is simple. Sometimes when we are friends with people, you believe that in friendship, even if your friend does the wrong thing, you should support your friend. You may know.
Because the men are your man.
Yeah, he is. And you will know, because you've been in the ECOWAS Parliament, Julius will know, others will know. When you go to the ECOWAS Parliament, you take an oath that you are now a property of the community. You are no longer, the only ECOWAS country that are not allowed to discuss ECOWAS matter about is Liberia. Because I have fish to fry in Liberia. I won't be neutral in Liberia. I'm a politician. So the way we do it, ECOWAS, you can, when it comes to your country, you recuse yourself. So former President Barrow is my friend. I have his number, he has my number. We communicate, we talk, we're friends. So when he did what he did, even when we went to Guinea-Bissau for the election, I met him. So he did what he did. He thought that friends, even President Goodluck Jonathan, Dr. Embers Chambers, they are friends with President Barrow, former President Barrow. So he thought what he did, because we are friends, we should close our eyes to it and support him blindly. And it was just wrong. It was just what happened there was embarrassing. It was ugly, and yes, he sent messages, and because he asked former President Weah to tell me, so it's public, President Weah did not breach any, thing. He even called the foreign minister of Liberia. He called the other people, to ask me to back off. But I was doing my job at the ECOWAS Parliament because most Nigerians, you see,
did he call you too? Did he say you tell
No, he did not. Okay. He did not. So people will say, most time people will say, ECOWAS can't do anything. When something happens, ECOWAS just go there and the ECOWAS are triplets do dog. Everybody, Now, ECOWAS Parliament has decided, look, gone are the days where we should just sit down and let things just go out of here. Then when we can, we'll start condemning it.
You say that sovereignty issue.
So when these things are happening, let's get involved. So Guinea-Bissau, we have had 3 missions, fact-finding missions in Guinea-Bissau. Every time Mr. Imbalo dissolved the parliament, we send group there. We talk about it. And that's why we say even the head of state, they are our bosses, but when Mr. Imbalo was dissolving parliament, they made him press chair of authority of head of state.
At the same time.
The same time when he was
doing
all of those
things.
things. So when this thing happened in Guinea-Bissau, nobody was really surprised. So we have decided now, look, we're not going to sit down here again just let things happen. Now at Benin, we are condemning the action of the ruling party. That you cannot ban the opposition, you're going for election. No opposition can qualify to take part in the election.
When do you expel a particular country's parliament from the parliament?
So the way it works, it has to come through the authority of head of state and government. So the ECOWAS Parliament now, we have the right also to prepare a resolution that we can present to the Council of Ministers, and the Council of Ministers will present to the authority of head of state.
So even though there is a military regime now in Guinea-Bissau, but their parliament people stay there?
Yeah, but the Guinea-Bissau has been suspended already. Okay. So definitely the parliamentarians will be suspended.
Oh, will be suspended.
Will be suspended from there. We deal with many, with Mali, with Burkina.
But they were with you until the suspension took effect.
Yes. So the next session, they will not be called to the ECOWAS Parliament because they've been suspended.
Now, beyond, I know, naming, shaming, condemnation is correct. Yeah. I'm just thinking, beyond that, for example, there are other countries, sometimes there are early warning signs.
Yes.
Presidents are changing the constitution. ECOWAS is just sitting there, like you said. Is that something that you people have resoluted now, or individually, that how you see it?
Well, no, we've decided now we're not just going to sit and look. All right. I mean, we decided that a few years ago, but we are more focused now. Don't forget, I chair the political affairs committee there, so it falls.
And I'm told you went Guinea again.
Yeah, I'm heading the mission, the ECOWAS election, parliamentary election.
It's next Sunday, right?
The Guinea. The election is on the 28th.
Yeah, next Sunday.
Yeah, 28th of December. Unfortunately, I'll be spending my Christmas and New Year in Guinea.
Yeah, you gotta be in Guinea.
Don't
bother us, so you're bothering now.
We'll still do our job. When you go to do your work, you do it off fear or favor. So we'll do our job. So we decided now that we should speak on those issues. Like Benin, everybody say, we thank President Tinubu for sending the jet bomber, for reversing the coup. We thank him, we thank ECOWAS, we thank the authorities of head of state, and we thank President Marabio, but we also telling President Talon that you cannot do what you're doing in your country and don't expect crisis. You cannot suppress the opposition. You cannot ban the opposition leaders from taking part. You cannot change the constitution. You are wrong for what you are doing. Reverse this resolution. I was saying the resolution from the ECOWAS Parliament that you cannot do what you are doing. We condemn the coup, but we also condemn your action. That's what I want to do.
Because your action may have trickled the coup.
The coup, like the Gambia. Gambia, one of the reasons why the people wanted Yahya Jammeh, the constitution in Gambia, there's no time limit. So you can run as long as you want to run. No time limit. Besides that, first take the poll. So in Gambia, even if you won the election with 20%, and you're the highest, you win. No 50% plus one business. All right? We've been trying to get them to change the constitution. They have not changed the constitution. So President Barrow will be running next year, December, for the 3rd term because there's no term limit in it. So we are telling Gambia you got to change your constitution. You got to.
But I thought Alama Barrow would have done that because they criticize Yahya Jammeh a lot.
So that's where we are. And Liberia pay a very big price in restoring peace in Gambia. Madam Salih was the chair of authority, head of state and government. Former defense minister Daniel Zianga. I think at the time he was chief of staff.
Chief of staff.
He was. Thank you. He led the troop. I mean, Nigeria and Senegal had the military mass and everything, but were under the command of Liberia, Daniel Zianga. when they went in there to get Yahya Jammeh out and then restore, constitutional rule in the country. So Liberia is very attached to that operation. We have a success story with that. We don't tell our story. We always criticize it, but we've done well in this region.
Why ECOWAS didn't condemn Ouattara?
Okay, that was one of the issues that we talked about. And if you ask Julius, one of the issues as
they meant change the people's constitution, suppressing the opposition.
So what happened in Ivory Coast? As President Ouattara was changing the constitution, going for a referendum, Guinea was also doing the same thing. Alpha Conte, he was trying to go for a third term. So ECOWAS wrote Guinea and said you cannot do that. Then Guinea replied ECOWAS and said, "But go to Cote d'Ivoire first." But at the time, the president of the ECOWAS Commission was from Cote d'Ivoire, Jean-Claude Cassibro from Cote d'Ivoire. So ECOWAS then pushed much with Cote d'Ivoire, but then also when you look at the legal, so is you call it you're using the law to suppress others. So they went for a referendum. Yes, they changed the constitution. Yes, they became a third republic. But in most constitutions, most democracy, when you make certain changes to your constitution, you cannot benefit from it. Unlike he's benefiting from the changes he made. So that's the difference in it. And we are very concerned about it. So again, we've decided in ECOWAS Parliament that we should be vocal. We should speak about those things and let people see, that people hear it, so that they know that ECOWAS is not just sitting to wait and say fire brigade. When you say, oh, we condemn the coup, or we condemn or we suspend this country. Let us react. That's why you spoke just now about early warning. We have the early warning, like as chair of the Political Affairs Committee, ECOWAS, every morning between 6 to 7 o'clock, I receive an email on early warning in the entire region. Every morning I'm updated.
The man will delete your number.
He can go ahead. It's up to him.
Okay.
He's still my friend, but I didn't support what he did in Guinea. It's bad for him, bad for his people.
Erin Melvin Snow is the head of Liberia's delegation to the ECOWAS Parliament. He's chair of the Parliamentary Committee on Peace, Security, Political Affairs, and African Peer Review Mechanism. Let's come back home, Senator Snow. I don't know why I'm sitting here and I get into my text messages from some of my sources in the Senate. They're putting me under the impression, Clarence, asking the Snow, but I can tell you for free. The other one sent me about the Oranto deal. They say you're passing it today. My sources at the Senate sending me messages a lot. They say, Clarence, that man will pass the deal. And he said, the president said, instead of one-time senator bonus payment, they allow Oranto to make senator bonus payment plan that lasts for 4 to 5 years. Are you people passing an agreement to this? No. What is it about the Oranto deal? So
no one senator or legislator can tell you that they will do or not do something, because it's collective effort. I am aware that the House of Representatives have passed on the Oranto and on Total arrangements after doing some thorough work. The Senate have been reviewing it. As I sit here as chair of the committee,
you are chair of the committee?
Yes, on the energy
committee. So perfect
committee.
reason.
We have 2 instruments before us now. The matter of fact, 3. One, we have to first look at the House's passage, what they've passed, and either concur. So we have the votes to concur. If I tell you today, if you put the vote on the floor, the passage of the bill from the House's side to the Senate, there will be sufficient vote to pass on it. So let me not fool anybody. If you then even take a committee report, even there are senators.
You mean the Oranto deal?
Yeah, there are senators that say they will vote against it, but the law says once one of the houses sends something, you have to either concur or you reject it, and then there's a conference committee. So today, if you just to read the House's version of the Oranto and the Total concession, the PSC, the production sharing contract on the floor, you will have a vote on it. So the possibility of those 2 being passed today is very high.
Even though there were too many public criticism about Oranto and its reputation in the country.
Let us say this too, Clarence, and of fairness, when Oranto came into our basin the first time they came here, the capital gain tax law for Liberia was not as strong as it is today.
Okay.
So Oranto could walk away with millions of dollars with all Liberia benefiting significantly.
Okay.
Today, there have been some revision on those laws. The capital gain tax law, much better than what happened when Oranto first came. And I think it was a lesson learned from the Oranto transaction. So if Oranto was to do the same thing she did here years ago, Liberians tend to benefit more than. Okay. So on the issue of the signature bonus, you're not denying that Oranto should not pay signature bonus. Oranto will have to pay. We just saying, okay, the House of Representatives said, Total is a what you call super major. So we have like 5 big oil companies in the world that you refer to as super major. You know, Chevron, Total, ExxonMobil. You know, so Total is one of those super majors. Oranto may have a bad reputation in Liberia, but it's also from the ECOWAS member state, from a West African basin, where we encourage ECOWAS member states to come into our respective countries to do business. So we're not saying Total don't pay. I mean, Oranto don't pay. Oranto will have to pay. But Oranto will say, look, I will pay you, but let me pay in phases within your budget period. So at the end of the day, we will still have the signature bonus. And one fear the Liberian people have, which was right, was the issue of the capital gain tax. That if, now a lot of people are not aware that the law has been revised, and if there was any such transaction, we benefit far more than we benefited the last time.
The last time.
So definitely we'll be looking at the House's right. I've read what the House of Representatives have sent, and I can tell you, don't expect the contrary. The vote, there's a vote
it could be
on the
passed.
floor to
It could be
pass it.
passed.
Yes.
There's another thing that sparked debates across the country. Probably you were at the ECOWAS Parliament, but I know you were following, and I want to get your perspective. The House of Representatives passed a resolution allotting 14 additional seats for members or for the House of Representatives. I'm told it's gone to the Senate. Some of the senators are being blunt about it. They're not going to be a part. I mean, they believe certain things should have been done. Those things are not done. Do you know about that? What's your perspective?
You said a resolution on what?
About allotting additional 14 seats to go to the House of Representatives. I think 3 in Montserrado, 2 in Bonn.
We've been. I know some discussions have come about. I'm a member of the Internal Affairs Committee, chaired by our Bonn County Senator Johnny Quay, and we've had concerns. One, how did they derive at it? 2, what's the voting record? Because when these kind of critical bills come, you see the thing about the legislature. In the House of Representatives, Montserrat got 17 representatives. So if interest of Montserrat, for example, come, you have 17 votes in the House of Representatives. But in the Senate, Montserrat got 2 senators. Every county got equal senators. So we are more meticulous in looking at these things, void of just a particular county interest. And I wouldn't as responsible legislator, I won't come here and criticize the House of Representatives action. But we and the Liberian Senate have decided to look at it more carefully. And if there's a vote that will be taken on it, the vote will be based on facts, on the demographic, the outcome of the census, the financial implications for the country. A lot of things will be put into it. So it won't be just an ordinary vote taken by the Senate. We will meticulously look at it and the right decision will be taken. But we have not reached a firm decision yet.
As a former speaker, as an experienced lawmaker, somebody who's been there, you think there are procedural issues?
I wouldn't criticize the House of Representatives. I mean, they have every house has its own rules. There's standing rules. So, for example, in the Senate, it's mandatory in the Senate that these kind of crucial votes you vote on a record. And thanks to someone like Senator DeLong, who was championing it in the last regime and is now part of our record, our rules in the Senate. So we vote for confirmation hearing for this kind of critical bill. It's not just yay, nay, or put your hand up, who all say yay, say yay. No. In the House, they don't have that rule. In the House, they don't vote on the record. The matter of fact, if you say yea, if you take a yea and nay vote, the issue of yea and nay is resided in the ears of the presiding officer. The presiding officer can tell you how more yea than nay.
He determines that.
He determines how he heard it. All right, and you can pass on it. In the House, for example, if there's a yea and nay vote in the Senate, rather in our rules, any senator can challenge it that is ambiguous and call for a revote or hair counts. Okay. So our rules are different. In the House, the rules are different.
Now,
in the Senate,
I think I can remember quite well through your inference, the ECOWAS Parliament visited the Youth Agriculture Training Center in Bensonville. What's next?
Well, it's part of the youth program. So that was a significant visit. Matter of fact, it also formed part of the decision-making process in getting the youth center here. The youth center, Liberia has a very huge youth population. And we are very excited. Two things. One, that the Commission for Economics and Agriculture is a very big, it's one, the matter of fact, in rank in ECOWAS, it comes third in rankings at the ECOWAS Commission. So Liberia will be heading that. It's very big. It's a big portfolio for Liberia. Then you got a youth center coming to Liberia, also another big portfolio for Liberia. So going to Bensonville, where we saw that youth center, and working with the Ministry of Youth and Sports. There's another youth center in Clay in Bomi County. So all of those areas will be assessed. We'll do an assessment on those areas and see how we can integrate the youthful population in Liberia. There's someone I was talking to morning, I think it was Irving Charles or someone you were talking to, that was even saying, look, everybody may not go to school and graduate, but we can do vocational, we can do TVET programs. Let's do something to get people back to work, to be able to turn the saw, to be able to put hammer in nail in the wood, to be able to put concrete in the ground. So we're working on all of those things. And it's very important. I think there's a lot to be done. And most time when I come and hear people saying, oh, it's the first time they ever happened. Oh, because somebody had to do something for this to happen. So every time we try to, our way of doing politics, in criticizing the past regime, we say, okay, it ain't happened before, it was first time happened. But there were a lot of work being done in ECOWAS before we got to this stage. There were a lot of work being done at the UN. I still remember I was at the ECOWAS summit of head of state and government when the we-are-led government presented its bid to ECOWAS as a candidate for the United Nations non-permanent seat, Security Council. And it was endorsed by ECOWAS that Liberia will be the only candidate from West Africa. So that government, that's why this recently when Minister Gaffran spoke about the Millennium Challenge Compact, and he gave credit to the past regime. For me, it was maturity. He was being genuine. Because you can't just come and just, there's no thing just hanging in the air, you just pick it. But sometimes when people refer to the past, other people get upset. Liberia just started January 2023, 2024, that when Liberia started. And then even before that time, it was not in existence. So again, I believe that this youth center coming to Liberia, it means a lot. It means a lot for Liberia. But let's also put all hands on deck. Whether you're in the opposition, whether you're in the ruling party, let us put all hands on deck. When the political season comes, we do politics. For now, let's do governance. Because Clarence, sorry. That was Judah for a long time.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
So, Clarence, if we forget governance and just begin talking about politics, the whole country right now is gearing towards 2029. Even
why is it so?
You go in your county in the district, somebody's speaking as 2029 coming.
Why is it so?
I don't know. I think I always say this, and I stand corrected. I still remember when President Becker won the election. The current information minister, my friend Matthew Jeremiah Pierre, he was on Spoon. Then he said that night, President Becker has a lot to do, and he can achieve a lot because he's going to be a one-term president. He's not going for a second term. That was the information minister saying that to the world.
But at that time, he was not information minister.
He was information minister.
Oh, okay, all right.
On Spoon.
Okay.
He said President Becker will be a one-term president. So I think that pronouncement put a lot of people in.
Or making people to believe that okay, I can be the
that
next.
they see open, so I can be the next.
But President Bwaka hasn't said that to anybody.
I didn't hear you saying that. But so people believe that President Bwaka may not go for a second term. So even within the ruling establishment, people are positioning themselves. The politics is there. Either they want to succeed him or they want to be running mate to whoever that will go as flag bearer. Then the opposition also, they're hungry. Now, but the street thing is that the CDC or CMC or all of the opposition, they have not shown that thirst, that hunger for 2029 as the ruling party.
Yeah, because but this is the government.
Yeah, they're more thirsty for 2029 than even major governance issue right now. But also when they were in the opposition, they were more thirsty to return to power than the opposition in Liberia showing right now.
You think so?
Oh yeah, look at the June, the major demonstration.
But even in the opposition,
they what tell us only billion, what kind of billion, 25 million, or something stimulus program. They missing money. There were major demonstrations.
Oh, the point you're making is that the opposition was consistently engaged.
Yes, they kept the government feet to the fire in unison. They held together, whether they were from this place, they were all seen as opposition, and they kept the government feet to the fire. So I don't know, but the opposition up to this point, at the end of 2 years, it's not showing that hunger.
I think Snow, there's a discussion too. I was in one corner and somebody was saying, the opposition is the way people confuse. Some people say, Joe, we are in one wrong because of he's not engaged in terms of the politics. He's not really engaged with the politics. Maybe he will get a party to some. So people guessing too in the opposition. Yeah.
When the United Party were in opposition, and they were doing the CPP up to 2022, nobody was sure who was going to be the candidate. Some people say it will be Cummings, some people say it will be Weah, some people say it will be Bernard Ure, because they were there together.
You mean Bwaka now Weah?
Yeah. I mean, sorry, not Weah. Some people say Bwaka, some people say
the point
Cummings,
is they were united.
They were there.
Even though at some point there was division in the CPP.
In the latter days, they broke apart, in the CPP. I think even there are rotational chairmanship.
But why you think the opposition
became
now
chairman, Cummings became chairman,
Bwaka.
Bwaka became chairman. Today, the opposition, maybe they have not, the Basel men say, I always speaking good Basel money in the radio, by the way. The Basel men say, when you swallow Duma, the hand at the reselling place for the more open. When hand we are more not open. So maybe the hand has not reached there yet. So in other words, what am I trying to say? Maybe the quest that right now you have people calling, you're here, Carol's there, I heard my sister, Mama see the morning, you're here, Chef, Chelsea there, you go on Spoon, you're Kev there, yeah, but you haven't seen a unified opposition that tell you that we are
Belated and talking on the other side. Eddie Snow's MPP, Joe Moane, they're looking at the people see the lane with the government small.
Thank you. Some people in the MPP, you say, oh, we're United Party. Some people say, oh, we're CDC. Some people in the MPP going to CMC. Also you have all those different. So maybe at the appropriate time.
You think they will come together?
Next year, let me say this to you, and take this, you can record this. I think 2029 will be the most deadly election in our history.
Deadly, D-A-D-L-Y.
Not in terms of violence, don't get me wrong, but thirst, where people will
everybody want to be.
Everybody want to be. People will fight for power.
And I also believe that 2029 will be the period where some of the names we've been hearing for a long time will retire from our politics, not voluntarily.
That's why we make 2029 very tough.
Yes.
So 2029 will be a very, very, the election will be more than any other election in Liberia.
Exactly. It will be because some of the people who've been long time members of parliament think they will be retired. People will beat them. They will sit down flat.
Yes, thank you. People like us. People come after us.
I won't call now.
No, say long time. I tell you myself. I say okay. So people will come after us. Whether we want to retire, whether we want to run, we don't want to run. Those decisions will be made.
People be strategic about what I can be running mate. They might listen to see I'm on leave. I can be running mate.
Thank you. Yeah. So a lot of things will come and play in 2029. So
especially Snow, maybe I need to add this one. Especially if Bwaka goes public that my hand, I'm there. Poor. I want it to not be easy.
It will be a doggy dog.
That one will
Yeah,
not be easy.
but I doubt if he will do that.
No, I'm just saying.
You know, but
From why you see it down there.
I see it. Okay, health look good. I see you know moving around, doing all the when you see president and doing all the cutting on the ribbon and and riding the NTA buses and this and that.
It's
and
a
he
sign.
say, he said no, I think I read it. You know, so but beginning 2026. You begin to see real politics, coming up, you know, and it's going to get the heat going to really come. Right now, it's being lukewarm, but the real political heat will begin.
Are you prepared for it?
I haven't made a decision yet, you know. I haven't made a right now.
I've gotten sources in the MPP who've told me that you might rise to becoming the political leader of the MPP. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't know, but where I am right now, my thing right now, my goal right now is to just work for the people of Bombing County. You know, tomorrow I'll be going to a remote part of Bombing called Sakitan.
I think you not quiet down the rumor that you were sprinking, you were going to River Cess. I think people relax now.
Well, I don't know.
I'm
from River Cess. I mean, the River Cess.
So now you follow element of surprise in politics.
But I want to do a lot in bombing. So, you know, I'll be doing groundbreaking for a major clinic I'm building, in Wager. We're dedicating, we built a very modern town hall in one of the most remote areas in bombing. I'll be dedicating
I don't like to go to this town hall thing, but because when they say modern, when you see it, so now you get weak.
I was saying the picture. The matter of fact, I got current there, I got a generator. We bought the chairs. We got DSTV there. We got lights. So we got everything. We got toilet, fresh toilet there. Everything's there. All right. And it's, you know, it's a very strategic town called Sakitan. We'll be doing a big dedication project there Saturday. And then Saturday night, we'll go back in Tottenham where we'll officially light our Christmas tree in the county on Saturday night. So my focus right now is to work for the people of Bombing County. And then whatever decision
However, we should not erase any other possibility.
I'm a politician. Until I retire, everything on the table.
Okay, Edwin Montblaga.
Montblayu.
Melvin Snow is our guest right here. He's a senator of Bombing County. He's chair of the ECOWAS Parliament on the Peace, Security, Political Affairs, and African Peer Review Mechanism. Our first caller is Deputy Gender Minister Frederick Cooper. Frederick, let's hear you.
Clarence, good morning, and thank you for taking up my call. Just a quick information I thought to provide to Senator Snow in studio. Senator, at the appropriate time of the Unity Party, 2029, will come up with all these, people for the 2029 election. But at this stage, the party and the government is bent on development, and that's where our focus is.
So, Nana, let me tell you, Nana in the United Party. Nana in the United Party. Come in. Nana in the United Party, you got different sides. You got other people that they man on man. They man not sure they other man that they man on a man. My man will know all the thing.
Clarence, I can tell you currently the 2026 budget is more of a deliverable budget, and 2029 is still far ahead, and Senator Snow knows the United Party appropriately, and at the appropriate time, we put ourselves in the mood for campaign. But as it stands now, our mind and focus is all on governance.
Thank you.
2029 will speak for itself.
Thank you. But I know the United Party. I know there are a lot of things. Hello? Yeah?
Good morning, Clarence.
Good morning, sir.
This is Daniel Sando. I'm following
Minister Daniel Sando, let's hear you.
Let me say good morning to Senator Snow, and I want to appreciate him for changing course. At least he's no longer fasting and praying for the government to fail. I think it's a national duty, and Senator Snow is a part of the government. And so the way he sounded this morning, I heard him talking about youth-driven project, what the ECWA Youth and Sports Center can do, what value it can add to the young people in Liberia. It's a good thing. Because you see, Clarence, the problem here is, for time immemorial, some people have construed government to be just the president, which is not the case. The Constitution creates three separate branches.
Including you when you were in opposition.
Clarence, please do not interrupt me because I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. So members of the legislature, whether from the House of Representatives or the Senate, they have got a very cardinal role to play. So, I mean, I was very worried when the senator who represents my own county of Bombay spoke the way he spoke the other day. But I think the public backlash got him to change course. And it's good for him to be talking the way he's talking because he's part of the leadership of the
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
conference.
Thank you, Chief. Even when you were in opposition down there, you saw the government as being the government controlled by only the president. Hello?
Yeah,
The
Mr. Jackson,
message,
good
you
morning.
know what I'm talking about. Yeah, buddy.
Good morning. Let me say good morning to His Excellency President Baka and El Mary Snow. This is Samuel Kepler joining from about my Giri. So, let me appreciate him for the discussion. I will listen from the news updates. I think he was like discussing the issue in the Egypt of the country. At the inner part, we see some level of political, judging against the government.
For
So
example,
the issue about
for example,
I come.
I say,
So
I'm
when
asking
he
you
say-
now. Mhm.
Yeah, so when Ellen Mary Snow say or when the honorable say that the governing party is more hungry and they are behaving a who focusing on 2029, I think it's troubling, right? You don't see the president or maybe the vice president are flying all around the place. You don't see people say we're going for 28 years all the kind. The president has said no green Liberia, no blue Liberia, and only focusing on the next generation and not about himself. So
Okay, but remember, not trying to remember, clear, man, say when you see president breaking ground, he said cutting ribbon, then maybe it look like he won't go back for re-election. So that will not jive me. Job me, you want to say something, but you're not clear. But when you clear, I'm job now. Hello. Good morning, Chief.
Thank you. And I'm Musa Kone, and this morning I'm back. I call you from Doazon, and let me say good morning to Senator Snow, the big brother, very, very respectful and hardworking. I always want to appreciate you for what you continue to do for Liberia and your country, Bomi country. As a matter of fact, you will be just maybe 30 minutes away from a birth town, which is Benin. You just need to cross the river. If you have the time, please go and just see the people of Benin. They were our born. But yes, Senator Snow, I didn't listen to your show. I didn't listen to the show from the beginning, but the part I listened to, you said 2029 will be deadly. And by all definition of deadly, and I can say for sure, and Clement, you too can record this, this will be one of the worst, tough, difficult, and deadly election in Liberia.
Wow.
And God gave us it. Current, there are people who want to maintain, and they will do everything humanly possible to maintain. And there are people who want to come back, and we too will do everything humanly possible, inshallah, to come back. So it's not going to be a joke. The people who want to maintain will do everything. The people who want to come back will do everything. And don't take 2029 for joke. You can...
You're going to do everything in conformity with the law and democracy.
There will be breakdown of law. I mean, I'm serious. You know, Clarence, sometimes people get confused about me. They think I'm very soft. Yes, I am very soft. But I see beyond plenty things. Don't take 2029 for joke. I'm telling you, the guys that are there, they are planning every day. And I think the people that want to come back, the people that us, we also
You're
will
planning
not
to, eh?
if
Okay. Thank you, Musa. Let's go back to Senator Snow because I want for us to end this thing on time. Senator?
You know, let me respond to Daniel Sano. Daniel Sano is the most irresponsible official of this
Senator,
government.
you're getting angry.
No, not angry. He's, the gas slip and the free car has gone
Let
to
me
his head.
take one member of the house.
All right, finish.
Out of courtesy, yes, Senator, just calm down small. I had to do this just to calm you down. Representative Romeo Koya, who is the speaker? Let me hear you, man.
Karen Jackson, how you doing?
I'm good.
Okay, my greeting to my colleague there, young brother and colleague Honorable Snow. Anytime he mounts the podium, I listen carefully because there's a lot that you can gain from him. But of course, specifically to correct something, as far as I'm concerned, as chair on election inaugurations, there has been no threshold pass and sent to Senate.
Okay.
So there should be no discussion as such.
Okay.
I know we did some exercise recently, but then one of our colleagues for motion of reconsideration was heard and tried.
Okay.
Yeah, so that committee still at work.
Oh, okay. But the thing you have, what you call it, what was that attempt? A resolution or what?
What is a threshold? You pass a resolution, we set threshold, And I think my colleague in your studio knows about it. He knows the procedure. We did that.
Threshold is supposed to be informed by a national census. Am I correct?
Certainly.
Okay, thank you. Thank you with that said. Thank you. Senator, let's get to you and conclude quickly. Yeah?
Understand who, when you go as a politician and I address the ruling party, and he takes the government platform to defend the ruling party, he wants to tell someone about governance? I'm a very responsible opposition. We talk about public backlash. Look, I know more about politics than he will ever learn in his lifetime. So that then you get 500 person, you get $50 every month to go on Facebook to attack. You ready I can manage attack when you're ready for it? I say what I want to say and I stick to it. So to tell me that I'm sounding now like this, I'm a very talk about fasting and praying. I've never said I will fast and pray. That's some of the lies and falsehood that they spread, and I'm making this. The biggest embarrassment to this government is Daniel Sanders. And I'm sorry that I didn't have to address him. No, I won't address anything, because for him to have even caught up, but I'm happy he's not fasting and praying and he's not doing the power has gone to the little boy here that he just think that free gas slave when he talk nonsense that he will get more gas.
Senator, we gotta go. I beg you, don't get
so,
angry.
No, I'm not angry, but you know those are the irresponsible people in this government that are making this government to look bad.
Okay.